So, what's it like to bike Gainesville, Florida? I believe that's home of the Florida Gators. Let me double check if that's correct. Florida Gators home, Gainesville. That makes sense. Yep, Gainesville, Florida. You know what? What I've noticed is that college towns tend to have interesting cycling infrastructure. And as you can see in Gainesville, we've got some nice rail trails. Um, and it's called the UF Campus Greenway, even this one, 2.6 miles. It just kind of goes to show you there's a 6.4 mile greenway, and you've got this 16.5 mile greenway. So, pretty interesting. I'm going to take a deeper dive into some of these maps in just a moment. What I do want to say, though, is that I don't live in Gainesville, so I don't have firsthand experience of what it's like to bike there. I'm just using the tools that we have at our disposal online to do some research. And if you've spent a bunch of time biking in Gainesville, I'd love to interview you on this show potentially and bring your expertise out and share it with the world. So I've got a survey in the description down below that you can fill out if you are interested in that. But yeah, let's take a deeper dive into what it's like to bike in Gainesville. You can see some concentration in the Northwest here with looks like some mountain biking, some tight, twisty single track, and some more straight like rail trail lines here that I think are affirmed to be rail trails per trail link. Yes, that's got to be the Gainesville Hawthorne State Park Trail. Can we look at some photos of this together? I think we got caution, wildlife crossing. So it's nice and pretty. This is just pretty. Like that's just like, and look at that Spanish moss. Yeah, that is a gator. Gator. I'm from Florida. I'm from Southwest Florida, and yes, there are gators everywhere there. But I mean, you just got to be cognizant, and when you're near water sources, you really just got to be aware. But they don't really want to mess with you. They kind of just want to do their own thing and live their best life. Um, so if you're looking to bomb like a 30-mile bike ride, you can go out and back on that, which is pretty sweet. Let's take a look at kind of some of the urban infrastructure as far as commuting goes. So I see this main road right here looks to have a pretty strong main line for cycling. I'm going to go to the street view and see, it's called Southwest Depot Ave, see what it looks like. It looks like we've got the wide path on the left, which is nice. And then each of the roads also seem to have uh, painted bike lanes on the side. So again, you've got this wide path on the right, which keeps going. Looks like it goes straight back through there now. That's probably the campus trail. Let's take a look back. Let's look at another road. So we've got this road right here, Southwest 6th Street, or 5th Street rather. As far as biking, says it's a biking trail. It looks like we've got a bike trail off the side. Beautiful. Good job, Gainesville. Yeah, that's awesome. I love seeing that. That just kind of like warms my heart, especially since Gainesville is kind of like a little bit more off the map place. And all right, let's look at Southeast Hawthorne Road. Let's keep it going. Looks like here's a narrow sidewalk and then a narrow sidewalk with bike lanes on the right and left. Nothing protected, doesn't seem. Let's look at one more. Let's look at West Newberry. So it looks like sidewalk, and then on the left side, looks like more sidewalk with just some bike lanes. That looks like a pretty wide sidewalk, but there's also the bike lane on the road. Yeah, definitely a very wide sidewalk that you can access. But it looks like it kind of, I don't know, it continues. Yeah. You're gonna be probably waiting at the stoplight. So interesting. In town, they've definitely got some options for infrastructure, which I'm excited about. You know, you're probably gonna want to really aggregate or focus on these rail trails if you're gonna be in Gainesville and spend time there. Try to position yourself next to these. That's where the safest cycling is gonna be. You can also use Street View and biking functions on Google Maps to get a closer look. As far as mountain biking, there's this main trail system called San Flasco Hammock Preserve State Park, which is, let's see how far of a drive it is to get to the trailhead. from downtown. Let's see. Yeah, okay, here it is. Oh no, this is a different trailhead that I had searched for. It was a smaller trail from Gainesville. 12 miles. You could definitely bike there from Gainesville. Oh no, it looks like it's further up here. So yeah, but still about 12, 13 miles. As far as a drive, it's going to be about 20 minutes. The closer trail system in town, which is much smaller, is right here. And that's only right here is a 2-mile drive. But the trails there's a 1.5 mile loop and a 0.6 mile loop. So it's definitely on the smaller side. Let's see if we got some photos here. Well, this is San Velasco. This is the one that's 13 miles north. This is a video from Bike Life with Rob. Thanks, Bike Life, from Rob. I didn't get permission from him to show this, but I want to give credit and show some clips from his video. So this is San Velasco, probably the most common place you're going to want to ride with the most trails in the area. Looks like pretty windy. The only real sports are auto racing, bullfighting. What is this? I'm getting an ad. I have YouTube Premium, but not on this new account that I've created. So, yeah, I'm going to subscribe to Bike Life with Rob. Looks like some nice single track. Like, it seems pretty smooth. I like it. There's a tortoise. And by the way, do you know the difference between a tortoise and a turtle? I'm pretty sure tortoisei are, this looks fun and flowy. Tortoises are like dry land, and then turtles are in the water. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. By the way, Bike Life with Rob, you got a 100 SEO score. That's pretty sick. Good job. Doing the right things with tagging and things like that. But what was I looking at? I was looking at biking. I want to look real quick, see if I have time. These videos can't be more than 15 minutes. Otherwise, I can't upload them. Sweetwater Wetlands Park, MTB. Sweetwater, MTB, Gainesville, MTB. Sweetwater Preserve, 5 years ago in Gainesville, Florida. It says this description, this is from Scion Fury. Thank you. Not the most entertaining trail around, but pretty decent. So yeah, you're going to get off into the beautiful Florida dense brush. No, it looks like there's some. So yeah, some biking there, mountain biking. If you're looking for your quick fix in town, but it looks like, again, you're probably going to go to San Velasco, 13 miles north. But I must, and then you've also got this trailhead east, but it's a bunch of green trails. This is Lake Pithaquochoco Mountain. Gosh, some things are just hard to pronounce. You got Santos Mountain Bike Park. Look, this is long strip in Central Florida. Let's see how far of a drive it is. I'm telling you, Santos is some of the probably top 2-3 mountain bike parks in Florida, and it's very fun. At this point, I've done a good amount of mountain biking in Colorado, Arkansas, New England, Florida. Santos has to be one of my favorite places I've ever been. And just the way it's built out is 44 miles, a 53-minute drive. The way it's built out is just so intentional for mountain biking. There's some good elevation gain there too. And it's definitely a place you got to check out, especially in like the colder weather months. You can go down there in January, like February, and you can be in shorts and you don't even have to wear a shirt at all if you didn't want to. Like, the weather is so great. So everyone that I speak to that's been there has been impressed. As far as bike packing, there's nothing that's like established in Gainesville itself, but there's this Huracan 300 in Florida that's probably 30 miles south of Gainesville you can get to. It's pretty legendary. Look at these views. Yeah, I got to do this. Apparently, if you do it in the wet season in the summer, it is like you're going through a bunch of water. So you're best off doing it well, do it when you want, but it's a different experience, summer versus dry season. Raccoons are smart. Alligators, not as much. Okay. Bike touring. There's a route, the Southern Tier route that goes straight through Gainesville. That's cool stuff. It probably uses some of the rail trail that's in Gainesville. And if it doesn't right now, then you definitely could. And goes to St. Augustine Beach. So you could go to St. Augustine. You could go north along the Atlantic Coast Trail. You could go west and link up with the Underground Railroad and the Great River South. Pretty far to get there, but and then there's the Florida Connector. So yeah, you got some options there, and I love that there's something going straight through Gainesville. So you're probably going to see people motoring through there every once in a while. As far as gravel rides, they're kind of dispersed, nothing too crazy, nothing too dense from what I see, at least submitted so far on gravelmap.com. But you do have those rail trails there, which are pretty nice. And yeah, take it or leave it. I'm just supplying information here. I'm doing my best. Bike shops near Gainesville. There's an REI there. That's sweet. REI is like sick. You got 4, 5, 6 bike shops, it looks like. That's solid for a smaller place like Gainesville. And you know what? I bet, considering it's a college town, there's going to be some shops that'll cater to us more frugal folks out there. And I definitely like to work with shops that really understand that, hey, sometimes you got to be on a budget. I've been to some shops where it's like they're catering to clientele where they're selling $5,000 mountain bikes. And you just kind of feel like you generally get a different vibe in those places versus like, hey, I've got this bike. Let's get it going. Let's get it running. I got this bike from the 90s, early 2000s. Don't look down on me. Let's just ride. So Gainesville, I'm pretty sure they were on a list of, let's see, Gainesville mountain bike towns. Pretty sure they made a list. Let's see, cheap or affordable mountain bike towns. Let's see. Let's see, best mountain bike towns, cost of living. Okay, with the lowest. Yeah, here we go. This is the article I was thinking about. And so I don't think they made the top 10, but I'm pretty sure they made this is from singletracks.com. Great resource for mountain biking. Let's see. Conclusion. Honorable mentions. No, okay. It was Ocala, Florida that made it as a honorable mention. So not Gainesville, it was Ocala. And if we go to MTB Project and look at Ocala, maybe we'll see why. Let's find Ocala. Ocala is just south. Okay. It's because this is Ocala. This is Santos. Santos is, like I said, one of the most epic places to ride in Florida. This is a 9-mile loop, 8-mile loop. It's like a 20-mile east to west trail. And if you look, so it's really interesting. If you look at it, so Santos, if you look at it from above, with a satellite view, you see it's like this strip of conservation land right next to Don Garlett's Museum of Drag Racing. And it has this interesting shape to it. And hey, it's mostly mountain biking. Pretty sick. So I'm looking at Gainesville here, right? Gainesville, interesting place. There's some mountain biking in town. You're about 14 miles to San Francisco. You've got some urban infrastructure in the town itself, especially around the college. I think it's an interesting place to check out. And I want to appreciate you watching today. I've got a bunch more videos just like this one. Take it easy.